lastly, a fully textured assault shotgun, which was intended for a cutscene in the Bella Gate DLC. We've got quite a lot of clothing on this clip from Nico and various NPCs, so let's start with Nico's clothing first. First up, we have two different variants of backpacks, body armor that would have been shown if you had body armor equipped, a few different variants of hats, two earlier versions of hairstyles, a blue tracksuit that was actually seen in this pre-release screenshot. This bike helmet was originally intended for Nico only, and it was seen in this pre-release screenshot. Although in the final game, only the female multiplayer model can use this helmet. A gray suit with a yellow tie, which was only seen in this pre-release screenshot. And since Nico doesn't have that much cut clothing, let's go over some of the clothing that was changed from earlier builds. Starting with this jacket, which looks like only shading was changed, and the final game added a white undershirt. This vest's color was slightly changed, and it originally had an all-red undershirt. This jacket only had its logo changed from black to white. The buttons on this vest were changed from red to white, and lastly, for Nico, this suit was changed from dark brown to gray. As for NPC clothing, we've got a good amount, and we're going to start with the fast food workers. Burger Shot employees were supposed to wear one of four hats and had a chance to spawn with these glasses. Cluckenville employees were supposed to wear one of four hats and they had a chance to spawn with any of these glasses. Two hats also go unused for the Pizza Stack employees, and I found it really cool that most of these goofy hats from San Andreas were meant to return. Two hats, two watches, and two pairs of glasses were cut from the Internet Cafe employees. The cut Rockstar Cafe employees were supposed to have two unique hats, a few clothing items for police officers, a few clothing items for an NPC labeled as Gun Nut, a few hats and sunglasses for various street vendors, a few clothing items that would have been seen on various NPCs, and finally some storybook character clothing. Roman was supposed to wear a cap, Manny was supposed to have more jewelry, Gracie had a hat, and Michelle, Mallory, and Sarah all had sunglasses that were unused. Well, since we're talking about NPC clothing, let's now go over the cut and changes done to various NPCs and characters. Starting with this train conductor, which was supposed to be seen operating the various subway trains, and the subway model itself does actually have an unused option area, so this NPC was probably cut late in development. This is the Gun Nut NPC I was talking about earlier. For some strange reason in the final game, his model was replaced by a Honkers concert. However, you can still spawn him in with the train. Mallory had a much chunkier face in earlier builds. A completely cut NPC labeled as Male Young Volvo 01. Two different employees for Rockstar Cafe, which was an earlier version of Superstar Cafe. Keith originally had no makeup and no mole on her lip. These three NPCs sadly have no names, as they were only seen on the developer's portfolio. Although I will say these two NPCs specifically are very unique. Aiden O'Malley was planned to be a lot younger in earlier builds. These three models were cut from the Battle of Gate 20 DLC. Some sort of shop assistant was fully cut. Faustin, Dimitri, and Vlad all have tattoos that can't normally be seen because of their clothing. A sword swallower NPC, which can still be spawned in the final game with a trainer. Two earlier versions of strippers. An elderly me, which once again can be spawned in with a trainer. McRaery's skin was a bit smoother and her eyes were a lot lighter in color than in the final game. Same goes for Francis. His eyes were much lighter in color as well. His suit was also a lighter brown and it had some sort of glow on the left side. Three completely unique variants of female police officers, and it actually seems that they made use of the sunglasses I showcased in the clothing section of the video. The earlier version of Michelle was a bit different. She originally had another hairstyle which made her look exactly like her artwork. And of course, she was a bit chunkier. Batman originally had some red in his shirt, and that's literally the only change. A completely unused female doctor, which again you can spawn in the final game with a trainer, but this is kind of strange because only female nurses spawn in the hospital naturally, and only male doctors spawn in one specific mission.
Huh. A fluorine vapor.
A completely unused fire chief, which can also be spawned in. An earlier skin texture for Brucey showed that he didn't have all of his tattoos yet, and he was missing his accessories. An unused Pizza Stack employee, and finally, a bunch of earlier multiplayer models. Time to go over the various cut and changes done to the vehicles. Starting with a completely unknown SUV that was only seen in this very early screenshot. It doesn't look like any vehicle in the final game, and it honestly looks exactly like the Quasar from Saints Row 2. The Bobcat originally had lighter taillight textures, it was missing all the extras with boxes, and while in game, the taillight textures don't seem to light up when braking. However, they do light up at night. The Rancher also didn't have any box extras here. Bigger badges, lighter taillight textures, a differently modeled rear hub, and a differently colored interior. The Tropic originally had this small deck platform thing on the back. The final version doesn't feature this extra anywhere. The Ripley had much smaller rims, and I think this actually looks a lot better. It looks more realistic to me. The Burrito originally had a slightly different grill, no badges. The first livery was different, and all other liveries were resized in the final game.
Ronald, I got your friend Jermaine where he wants to go.
The Super GT had a much more efficient interior, but I like this blue and carbon fiber look that the lips were going for. All variants of taxis lacked the stickers and signs in the back seats, and all taxi lights were permanently on in earlier builds. The Futo originally didn't have the license plate extra on the left side of the bumper, as well as the custom driver seat extra. The Merit had lighter taillight textures, no badges, and for some reason the Seville version had a police radio. The Buccaneer originally had no badges, lighter taillight textures, and it looks like Rockstar was going to feature drum brakes in this vehicle. A very cool but unnecessary detail. The Sanchez only had this small logo removed. The beater version of the Virgo originally had garbage bags as windows. This extra was sadly removed in the final game. Same goes for the beater Saber. It originally had garbage bags for windows, and the early version actually had an extra that the final game doesn't, which is a non-damaged version of the exhaust system. The Reaper only had a different steering wheel, and some extra details were added here. The airport version of the Perennial has a broken hazard light in earlier builds, which is strange because the airport version of the Feroci works fine. The Chavos originally had lighter windows, a lighter taillight texture, and differently textured exhaust. The News Cruiser originally had a different link bar and a lighter texture on the taillights. This goes for the normal police cruiser too. The Cavalcade FXT only had a slight change done to its rear wheel well area. The Voodoo originally had a slightly different headlight texture, no coloring on the badge, and no outline on the side badge. The Sabre GT only had a different interior. All models of Maverick originally had 2 plates instead of 4, and the normal Maverick's number on the tail was changed. It originally said JN230786, while the final game has DJ0250676. The bus was missing its extra advertisements on the sides. The Comet originally had a much bigger badge on the front and back. Lighter textured taillights, the Comet badge was made a lot smaller, these engine slats weren't there yet, and it had a completely different interior. The NRG 900 had a completely removed variant called the Street Fighter, and this is about as close as we can get to this version in the final game with mods. The Moonbeam originally had speakers in the back, which is a super cool feature because this was later seen in GTA 5 when the Lowriders DLC came out. This video just had a thicker steering wheel. The Packer has a ramp extra that is never set to spawn in the final game, and I believe it's because of the messed up collision. You can only really drive a car into it if you're on some sort of slope surface, or if you have a vehicle with large suspension like the Patriot. If you're on a flat surface with a lower vehicle, it's literally impossible to drive onto it. The Airtug only had a differently textured dash area. The Reaper originally had no badges, lighter taillight textures, and the reverse lights were improperly textured as red. The Solaire didn't have any nighttime lights.
You want to take about the word I'm taking? Well, I guess so. Respect, all right. We're going to this spot right here to wait. See it? We got the option.
The Coquette had no license plate, no badges, lighter taillight textures, a differently modeled rear hub, and a very unfinished interior. The Stretch's interior is also very unfinished, with it pretty much being a blackout. The cab area was also very poorly textured. Roman's Taxi originally had dual exhaust, like a normal Esperanto, but for some reason one of them was removed in the final game. The Jetpacks originally had a wing, like I would see in GTA Countdown Wars. The Turismo had a different badge, which was squared, lighter taillight textures, a different font for the Turismo text, a wing extra, a differently textured engine and bay. Turismo was written on the engine instead of Ferrari, and the interior was pretty different as well. The fire truck only had a slightly different model. My guess is Rockstar had some problems with the water flowing through the front end of the truck because of its low placement. The Cavalcade originally had a different badge, lighter taillight textures, and a slightly different chrome texture was used in the Albany and Cavalcade badges. The Marbella had a small texture change to its indicator lights. The Platypus had detail in earlier builds, most notably the big crane thing.
I need to take a shit.
Had a taillight and a license plate on the left side.
I need to take a shit tonight. Mom, can I take a shit with you? Schmidt?
The Banshee had a
I want to go to bed. Mom?
and originally featured
We'll never know, but I'm going to change this to a big house, Mom. Mom, I love you. You paid me already. You did? I'm going back to bed. Nah, I'm staying up. I'm staying up. I need money. I need money. You need to shut up. Oh, wow. Milwaukee got some stuff happening in Milwaukee.
It's not even. Oh, this camera looks like it's frozen. This camera hit me hard down here in Genoa, Illinois. That's what it looks like out there north of Sycamore.
Okay, we're going to stay on this because
Schaumburg, Elgin, and Geneva.
By the way, we do have that newer severe thunderstorm warning for Kane, Kendall, and McHenry counties. And we don't have a severe thunderstorm warning just yet in Chicago, but one could be coming soon.
I don't see nothing right now. Right now it's 90 degrees outside of our studios right now. That's it.
Check it out. We've got eyes on YouTube. You can see the skies darkening out to the west. This is where we expect to see 60 to 70
Milwaukee.
mile per hour winds here soon. Guys, sometimes I'm just going to say the town name wrong. You're just going to have to imagine I said it right. You're just going to have to imagine I said it right.
Everyone in the B-Stars cast, give us an ooh-woo.
Now, wait a minute. Nicola Hoshi wants to know.
So we've got that.
It's kind of like
and then we also have the Milwaukee.
Okay, I'm not gonna worry about that.
whatever this is.
Ooh,
Is that
but it's
actually-
OWO.
What goes on there? Bucks. Is that where the Bucks play? Gotcha. Well, that's where the storm's going right now. Again, we've got a strong storm coming in right now, so get ready in Milwaukee. Let's pull up the timer once more. 36 minutes approximately before that big wall of wind and rain hits you head on.
So we got some wind going on right now, but nothing really happening right now. A lot of crap happening on the other side of the lake.
And then, once again, we'll be seeing it come into places like Mukwonago in a couple minutes. I would say
So,
6 minutes.
We got nothing happening right now, guys. And we're gonna stay on till further notice. I mean, we're just gonna have around 6, but I'm thinking we're gonna get earlier than that. We're supposed to get 2 warnings today around, so we'll be on for a while. We're gonna have to do double dip. Who knows? We're gonna have to do a double dip.
Weatherwise is awesome to keep my friends informed, be prepared, not scared. That's what we like to hear. Weatherwise is free. By the way, if anybody's wondering, what's this Weatherwise noise? Do I have to pay $1,000 for that? No.
Y'all watch.
You-
We're changing it. The Weatherwise app does not work. I've tried it. It does not work. It wasn't compatible for my phone. Prim is staying, I think.
Last month.
Yeah, Prim Nevada is staying. Are you gonna watch Musical tomorrow? If she comes on tomorrow, yeah, I'll watch tomorrow. But right now, I'm not gonna watch anything right now.
Last month, Prim was on the brink of shutting down the final casino resort, 2 gas stations, and the Lotto store, all set to close July 4th.
But tonight, a last-minute deal may keep them all open. The Prim family announcing Terribles will step in as the new operator, a move they say will save hundreds of jobs.
We're here. We're coming back. We're to get this thing turned around, and we'll make it special again.
Fox 5's Talia Kirkland spoke with travelers and workers in Prim, where relief is setting in after weeks of uncertainty.
I'm standing here in front of the Chevron gas station here in Prim, which sees hundreds of drivers from across the country daily. But before today, it was one of many businesses facing a July 4th deadline before it went completely dark. But now today, a new deal has been met between the Prim family and Las Vegas-based Terribles. The deal will keep those stores open. But Terrible says it's not stopping there. It wants to reimagine Prim. Now, we spoke with workers and travelers alike who are excited about this because they say Prim is more than just a pit stop. It is a lifeline. Prim could be saved.
It just makes sense that this needs to stay open. Us that are on the road traveling, trying to make the most of our summer vacation, we do appreciate that.
And for travelers, truckers, and employees, relief is setting in.
I come 4 nights a week. I stop here quite often. When I leave back out, I stop here. So, and it's safe.
Hobson says a shutdown would have been devastating.
You need to be able to have lighting. You need to be able to respond if you break down. Use a restroom. So this is very important for tourists and travelers, not only for people coming to Las Vegas, but passing through.
Tuesday, the Prim family confirmed a deal with Terribles to take over operations, keeping these properties open. This after last month's announcement that everything would shut down by July 4th. For many workers, the last few weeks have been filled with uncertainty.
Fear of the unknown. Fear of what'll happen.
Okay. So Prim is staying. Okay, that's good. WWF.
Certainly an unusual.
WWF.
This is certainly an unusual situation for sure. Most of the power for customers now in Stamford and Greenwich has been restored. Let me show you the top of the WWE building.
It's F.
Stamford. You'll notice there's no flag. That's because the 3,000 square foot American flag, one of the largest in the country, blew off in the 55 to 65 mile per hour wind gusts Saturday, causing a major power outage to Stamford and Greenwich.
Wow, that was here? That's like fireworks. It's crazy.
That's absolutely insane.
People in Stamford Monday reacting to this video that's been trending on.
It's F, not E. F. Get it right. It's WWF. Even the song, even the people singing the song says WWF, not EF. I thought I punched WWF.
Mike Cox will take the fight to radical big government liberals by eliminating the income tax, dodging state government, rooting out waste, fraud, and abuse, and getting prices.
Okay, it's 4 o'clock. Okay.
Marine, homicide, prosecution.
I'm gonna watch some of this real quick, then I'm gonna. Here's our.
Hey, what do we got here? A whole lot of silver. Let me help you out real quick. The old man is crazy about silver. He's gonna be like a kid on Christmas morning when he sees this. I've never seen you get up from your desk that quick.
I always get up, son.
Not generally do. You get like a kid on Christmas morning when he sees this. I've never seen you get up from your desk that quick.
I always get up, son.
Not generally very
Good
quick.
with him.
I came to the pawn shop today to sell my silver. I have over 3,000.
Hey guys, got things to say for the chat. We're gonna stay on here because there is some severe weather outside of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, so that's where we're on right now for because of the weather reports. And the railroads are squealing. We will reset, but right now the railroads are not squealing right now, so we're just on for fun.
And I held on to it, and here I am today.
So what do you got here?
I got some 9% silver dimes over here, some quarters. I got these bars, and this thing alone is almost 75 pounds.
Oh, that's cool. Most people don't realize until 1964, all U.S. dimes, quarters, half dollars, silver dollars were all made out of silver. And all paper money was a promise to pay you real money.
Right.
I've been collecting silver, son, for the past 30 years. Silver and gold is a hedge against hyperinflation.
People have been mining silver since at least 3000 BC. But silver mining really blew up after the discovery of the New World when they found huge amounts of it in South America. All right, I just got to make sure, it's all silver coin.
Okay.
It's really important for me to coins in here. When you look at an edge of a quarter or a dime today, you see copper and nickel. 364, all silver, no copper. They look right. It's the right color. It's all 1964 before. You might have to go away and just make sure they weigh the right amount. So you have 3,372 ounces of silver. They bought right at the bottom of the market. In the late 1990s, silver was down to $3 an ounce, but silver is the best conductor of electricity there is, period. Just about every cell phone, every computer, television, they all started needing silver. By, I think it was last year, 500 million ounces of silver was used just in industry. Right? You hear that there's basically a shortage of silver nowadays. I'd love to buy silver all day, every day of the week, because there's a set profit margin. I can sell it on the market immediately. So what do you want to do with it?
I want to sell it. Richard, this is going to be difficult to buy, and you know why.
When you're talking this much money, there's too much temptation to put a bar of steel or something in the center. And when they make them this big, they don't make them in odd weights.
So you say this might not be pure silver?
What I'm saying is there might be a chunk inside that's not pure silver.
Can we test this thing?
Yeah, drill a few holes in it, take the shavings out, melt them down, make sure it's all silver. Give me a few minutes, everything checks out, I'll pay you. Doesn't check out, I'll give you an address where you can send it. Okay?
Okay. I never even imagined this might not be silver. I'm really nervous right now.
Testing silver is a little work, but it's not rocket science. First off, you have to drill deep enough to make sure there's not a lead core or some other metal in the middle of the bar.
What's pizza?
All the filings until they liquefy and you create a small button. The last step is dropping some nitric acid on it and seeing what color it turns. When nitric acid reacts with pure silver, it turns a creamy white. If it's any other metal, it can turn green, blue to gray. Okay, here's the deal. Yeah, it's hard. It's fine. Now that I know it's pure silver, I'll be more than happy to buy this humongous bar.
I'm glad not earlier. Now we're how Wishka's doing her Moscoff's doing it now. I think she lives in Scotland.
You got 46,000 coins, 33,390 for these bars right here. 32.39 times 942 equals. So we got a total of $110,901.
Well, let's make a deal.
That is the deal.
You can't go like 115?
No. I mean, there's not a lot of profit here. On $110,901, I'll probably make $1,500 off it.
But can't you just hold all this for 6 months, a year, and sell it for 120?
Or hold on to it for 6 months and sell it for 50. I am not a speculator in the silver market. I'm a businessman.
So what's your best price you can make today?
I'll go 111,000 even. I'll go up 90.
You know, you're welcome to check around, but most people go drop their back on everything.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I can do. I can do 111,000. Or if you want to, you can tote this up around and check some more.
Well, I bought it 12 years ago for way less than that. 111 sounds good to me.
All right, let's go. 111.
I'm really glad my dad taught me to invest, because today I'm walking out with over $100,000.
I'm going to take one of these, Rick.
No, you're not.
Come on.
Hey, Bobs, you know that big silver bar that went missing?
Yeah?
The old man's been going crazy looking for this massive silver bar we bought a little while ago. Damn it. How do you like this? 1 ounce silver rounds with your face on it. It says, "In the old man we trust."
That's kind of neat, Rick. That's really nice.
Man, I need to get a stack of those at the casino. Bet I wouldn't enough to start me on the silver stockpile.
And the beautiful thing is, we're going to sell them here in the store for $60 a piece.
Okay. That sounds good. How many did you get made up?
I got 500 made up.
What happened to the rest of the silver?
I sold it.
Damn, Rick, we don't sell silver. Especially coins are one thing. But we're not supposed to sell our raw silver.
The old man has been hoarding precious metals ever since we went off the gold standard. But this is a business, not a bomb shelter. The whole point of buying silver is selling it. So I just keep them out of the loop. There's no pleasing you, is there?
Of course there is. We're about to get 100 pounds of silver.
What do we got? Well, I've got an interesting 1885 Morgan silver dollar that is a part of the Binion collection silver hoard. Wow. This coin came out of a collection that's, a huge part of Vegas history. It's a whole made-for-TV movie plot. Well, I want to sell the coin because it's actually my 40th birthday today, and I'm here with my buddies. I'm looking to get about $150, and I'm looking forward to taking that money. And, well, there's Tapa's Bar next door, but no, I'm just kidding. This looks cool. So the story behind the Binion collection is hilarious.
Grandpa Binion's a Texas mobster, killing people out in Texas. Came out here, started a casino in Binion's Horseshoe. When he died, his son and his daughter took it over. His son ended up muscling the daughter out and decided that he was going to take the family's entire silver fortune and bury it out in the desert in these giant containers that were like 20 feet deep. Binion's son mysteriously died of a drug overdose. The night he dies, his girlfriend and her boyfriend, turns out her boyfriend was actually the guy who created the vault, decide they're going to go steal the silver collection. Wow. Rumor has it they tried to put 40 tons of silver on a regular double axle trailer, so the axle snaps on the trailer, and there's silver strung all over the road. The rest of the family came along and decided, well, it's kind of a funny story, we can market these coins as that. And this is one of the coins that they found on the highway there.
So this coin is actually a piece of that story. So
Yes, it is. That being said, what are you looking to do?
I'm looking to get around 150.
Around 150. Wish I could, my man, but you can buy them all day long for $100, between $100 and $110.
It is Mint State.
Well, yeah, because it's been under $100. That's the price. I'm gonna get $100 for it.
$100? Can you go up a little bit, like 125 maybe?
How about 105? That way, like
105?
Okay, I guess I'm entertaining Fox Milwaukee, and it is coming towards Milwaukee.
I'm really excited that I got $105 for the coin. I'm going to take my friends out, and we're going to go to a buffet and get some Alaskan king crab legs and take it from there.
What do we have here? We have an old clock here. I was at a friend's house and saw it in a closet.
Okay, make sure my radio still works.
Letting me have it. I can see why it was in a closet.
Hey, baby. Oh, how rude am I? Hey, guys, Tyler here. Let me turn the camera real. I'm gonna watch a little TV. Then we're staying on here, guys. And when we get to whether we will do a wood report.
Hey, Nick, come over here and look at this. Come on. This is you. This is your style right here.
Probably one of the ugliest things I ever seen.
What I think makes the value in the clock are the antique coins in there. These look like they're in great shape. Yeah, or Morgan Silver dollars. The reason I call them Morgan Silver dollars, they used to name coins after the person who engraved the design. Okay? There was a guy named Morgan. He was one of the best coin engravers the United States ever had. He designed these right here. And the other two are peace dollars. They came out right after World War I. In 1921, they started making peace dollars, and those are the ones worth money. But when it comes to coins, it's all about the condition. The coins are very interesting. They can be worth over $1,000 a piece. Wow. They've been polished. Usually when you have prices, if you look at a book or something like that, there's columns. Okay? Okay. You know the very last column where it said good? It's one grade below it. Oh no. Yes. Polishing a coin takes away all the numismatic value. Numismatic value is the value of a coin above its precious metal content. Why does that destroy the value of a coin? When you take a popping wheel and take the whole top surface of the coin off, you destroy the coin plain and simple. And you can see the hair right above the face there. Yeah. See how it's worn down? I figured that was just from circulated use. Okay, all right, now if it was circulated, would it be that shiny? No. This happens a lot. People clean and polish old coins. They think it's going to increase the value. In reality, it's the exact opposite. But there's some good news here. Silver dollars got 0.77 ounces of silver in it. And with the price of silver nowadays, we're talking some money. The clock is one of the most hideous things I've ever seen in my life. Basically what you have here is you have 6 silver dollars. There's $150 worth of silver. And I will give you 125. And you say it's worth 150? I gotta pay someone to get you through this thing. 125, that's what I can pay, no more, no less. That's it.
I speak English. We speak English in America. Stop speaking Spanish. I don't care what's on Telemundo. I don't get Telemundo. I don't get Univision. Oh, it's on NBC. I thought it was going to be on Fox this year. I don't know nothing anymore. It says Telemundo Peacock. It's going to be on Fox this year. I was wrong. There's one there, dude. Nope. Speak English and don't speak and take those into your head. You look like an idiot. You look like an idiot.
22 years, construction company back.
You look like an idiot in your head. Take that off your head. There, you look better now. You look like an idiot.
I think I'll just pick it back home and stick it back up on the mantle. Right.
You didn't really have this on the mantle in your house, did you?
Yes, I did.
All right. Have a nice day. Sorry we couldn't do it.
Well, thank you very much. I disagree with that. I've had lots of people over at the house, and they've all commented on what a nice.
Right now it's 4:14 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or 16:14, where you prefer. When the river is.
I've got some of these bills from the 19th century.
Do you know anything about them?
I really don't.
What you have here is education money.
To like fund education.
No, it was just to educate people about beautiful works of art. For the time, that was really risky to put bare breast on bills.
Yeah, I can see.
You check that out there.
Ooh.
I decided to come to the pawn shop today.
1896 Silver Confederacy.
I'm supposed to be getting married in a month, and I spent $7,500 on this. If I don't get my money back, I'm gonna have one pissed off fiance.
We have Bolton and then our speedboat, and that's Morse right there, Morse code. And it's like one of the few bills where Martha Washington's on it. In 1896, the U.S. government issued silver certificates that were educational notes. The reason they did this is because if you lived in a rural community, you would never get to see art. There were no nearby museums. So they figured, hey, let's put a lot of money. So where in the world did you get these?
I was at an estate sale. I got caught up in this auction, and I just really hope I can make something out of it.
You might tell me what you paid for?
$7,500. I'm always getting into some type of trouble. Addicts all the time.
This money is just, it's beautiful. I mean, it's the prettiest paper money the United States ever made, and arguably some of the prettiest paper money ever made in any country.
Does the artwork, have anything to do with the value of it?
Well, that's one of the reasons why these are so collectible. But paper money is weird the way it's graded. There's 70 different grades of piece of paper money, and the grade on these things is so important. The difference between a 50 and a 55 is thousands of dollars on a bill like this. This is worth anywhere from like $200 to $25,000.
Really, depending on the grade,
depending on the condition of it. And when we start talking money like that, I have to have someone look at it. Let me call up a buddy of mine. He knows everything about this stuff, so we can get a better understanding of the grade of it.
No problem. That sounds good.
This guy's out of pocket $7,500, which makes me either a genius or an idiot. So I'm going to get my buddy Leonard in here, have a closer look, and hopefully he'll have some good news.
It used to be a grader for the American Numismatic Association, but I've been buying and selling coins and paper money currency for over 45 years. These are some important banknotes. These are silver certificates from 1896. This is what we call the educational series.
So they all mean something?
They all mean something. This one is the $1 note. This is history, educating youth. In a young country, history's going to educate us. On the back, George and Martha. The $2 note, we've got science, electricity, and steam. On the back, we got Robert Fulton, right? Samuel Morse, right? Okay, the science is presenting electricity and steam to commerce and industry. Okay. And this one, we've got Civil War heroes, Grant, Sheridan. And this note shows electricity is the dominant force in the universe. This is 1896 they figured that out.
And I thought this was just a bunch of naked women on a bill.
The grading of these notes is what's important as far as their value. Were the notes used? How much were they used? Are they folded? Are they stained? Are they crisp? Are they nice and bright? Here's what we got here. The $1 note, we got a centerfold right here. Okay, it's hard to see, but it's there. This note's worth $700. $2 note's got a horizontal fold, 3 vertical folds. This note's $2,500. Maybe
That's a little better.
This note's got a very light center fold. It's the most desirable note of the 3. This note is worth $7,500. A little over $10,000 for the lot.
Thanks, Leonard. Any take care, buddy. 7,500 turned out to be a decent gamble for this guy. As most notes I've seen like this are beat to hell. They've been circulated. But these are in amazing shape. There's no question I want them. So now let you know what they're worth. How much you want for them?
I'm thinking 10 grand.
I'm thinking 8 grand.
I just, spent $7,500 on these, and the risk I, took is just worth more to me than $500.
I'll let you make $1,000 off me, and not even dying more.
So 8,500.
8,500 is it, period.
Take it.
Yeah, you gotta think that $1,000 is a good profit on a complete gamble.
You know what? For $1,000.
All right. 8,500. Oh, you want to wrap up? Yeah, it's good using it. I'm so glad I kept my poker face. When he started to grab him, I thought he was out the door. Hey, Mouse, how you doing?
Doing all right, yeah.
Doing well. What do we got?
1 ounce silver bars in the early 70s. All right. I think they're called collector's art bars, if I'm not mistaken.
I'll take them.
Good deal.
My grandfather loved silver.
I came down to the pawn shop today to try and sell my 1 ounce silver collectible art bars. When I bought these, silver was $2 or $3 an ounce. Today it's about $38 an ounce. So I'd like to walk out the door with either $1,200 or $1,300 cash.
So where'd you get these?
Like just buying them back when I was collecting coins in the early 70s.
What these were was something Grandma would buy her grandson every year on his birthday. They're made to collect. It was something small, something light, and they sold in almost every state, almost like silver spoons, kind of.
You know my philosophy, Corey. Hard metals, the way to go.
My grandma loves silver. Gold and silver is probably the only thing on Earth that's never not been worth money. Silver's been used for thousands of years for everything from jewelry to medicine. The ancient Romans were heavily into using it as money. And just like all precious metals, the price has been going up and up and up. So how many do you have?
I got 18 of them. Varying designs, Merry Christmas, Veterans Day. So they're each 1 ounce of silver.
A lot of people don't realize that all precious metals are made in Troy. It's a weird law that got passed somewhere in the Constitution that all gold and silver has to be weighed in Troy. It goes all the way back to the Trojans, which is actually 31 grams to the ounce instead of 28.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So actually, when you're buying the stuff, you got to make sure it weighs 31.1 instead of 28. Some silver coins we buy for collector value, but most silver that we buy at spot price. The price that silver is selling for on the market. For something like this, I would just pay spot because who's going to collect something commemorating Veterans Day in 1973? The deal with these is they're neat to look at, but people would almost rather have gold silver dollars because they're made by the United States government. You know exactly what you're getting. And to be honest with you, I'm going to take them, I'm going to send them off to a refiner and have them scrap. I'm not going to put them in the case and try to make a profit on them.
So what's the best you can do?
I pay a spot for them, and that's 37.5 times 18. $675.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's most of my pay.
Even as much as your grandpa likes them?
That's the bottom line. It is what it is. It's just silver bars.
I appreciate that. I think I'm probably just going to hang on to them and see if silver goes a little bit higher.
Hey, that's what I do. Well, man, I'm sorry we couldn't make a deal.
Yeah, I appreciate your time.
Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks a lot. He's not taking into account the collector value of the bar, so I think I could do better selling elsewhere.
What do we have here?
This is a 1780s sterling silver teapot by the duo of Andrew Fogelberg and Stephen Gilbert out of London.
Okay. You know why it's a teapot, not a coffee pot, right?
No.
I am a teapot, short and stout.
I'm an estate liquidator and I sell for people all over the country. I came down to the pawn shop today to sell my teapot and see what they would think of it. It's very elaborate. I'd like to get $9,500 for it. That said, my client wasn't expecting that much, so I'd be willing to let it go for a couple thousand.
It's amazing it's still in this shape. Who'd you say it was made by?
Andrew Fogelberg and Stephen Gilbert. They were together from 1780 to 1793. It's a pretty cool pot because it's double lined, which is unusual, and it's hallmarked on the base.
All right, cool. I love and I hate the entire English hallmarking system.
Yes, I totally agree with you.
Okay, so, right, technically it was made by Fogelberg. not the two of them. It was only Fogelberg's mark is on here.
And where did you get it?
This has been in one continuous family since its make. And in the 1940s, they did have this replaced and this replaced by a silversmith in London.
Okay. I absolutely love it. It's too bad the handle's been replaced. What were you looking to get out of this?
Well, based on what I've seen, similar pieces that are less decorative than this go for. We were hoping for 9,500.
I know the stuff made by Fogelberg and Gilbert could go for that. But my problem is, this has just Fogelberg's mark on it, period. I have not seen Gilbert. My understanding is when you combine the names, there has to be combined marks.
Okay. But even if it's not, if it doesn't have the Gilbert mark on it, Fogelberg himself was still considered the greatest of his day, so I don't think that's going to hurt the value much.
In my opinion, it's worth around $3,000. So that being said, I'd give you $1,600 for it.
How about 2,000 for its exceptional condition?
I'll go $1,700 on it.
18?
That was $1,700 on it.
Okay, that's fine for me. My client will be happy.
Okay, cool.
Thank you very much.
I will meet you right over there.
Perfect. 1,700. That's absolutely fine with me. My client will be thrilled.
What do you got there?
I have some pretty cool silver boxes that I inherited from my mother. She passed. And these are called vinairettes. The point of the vinaigrette is to help cover up body odor.
People did bathe back then. A lot of people think there wasn't a lot of bathing. You have to realize, even going a day or two on a hot and muggy day, if there's no such thing as deodorant, you need one of these.
Hi, I'm Sammy. Nice to
Oh,
meet you.
Tyler, I'm miserable.
What?
You sure?
No, I'm good.
Ooh, I better check my phone open before I decide to do anything
Those
stupid.
are actually my favorite ones. I eat those like every day.
Can't afford them anymore.
It's amazing.
Go $3 a bar.
How does Priceline get so many deals all in one app? Skillful negotiation.
Ooh. Shoot. I'll be back on in a bit, guys. I gotta do a thing. I'll be back on later. Back on in a bit.